Hi everybody, this is Miss Gilding. Today we're going to read Grover Learns to Read by Dan Elliott, illustrated by Norman Chartier, featuring Jim Henson's Sesame Street Muppets. Grover was happy. He was in his cozy bed and his mother was reading a bedtime story to him. And they lived happily ever after. The end, read Grover's mother. Then she tucked Grover in. Soon you will be reading books all by yourself, she said. Just think, my little Grover, in school and learning to read. She kissed him goodnight and said, "Sleep tight." But Grover did not sleep tight. He tossed and turned. "Read books all by myself?" he said to his pillow. "I want my mommy to read to me." The next day in school, Grover's teacher wrote some words on the blackboard. "Who can read this?" asked the teacher. "Me," Grover said, and he read the words out loud. "Very good," the teacher said. Grover sang all the way home. "I, Grover, am so smart, Mommy will be so proud. I, Grover, can read out loud." Suddenly he stopped singing. "But I do not want to read out loud. I want Mommy to read to me and tuck me in and kiss me goodnight. From now on, I will try not to learn to read." When Grover got home, his mother gave him some milk and cookies. "How was school?" she asked. "Did you have a reading lesson?" Grover said, "Yes." "Good," said his mother. "And what did you learn?" Grover thought about it. "Nothing," he said. "Oh my, nothing at all?" asked his mother. Grover did not answer. That night, Grover's mother read his favorite story, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Grover was able to read some of the words himself. Oh, how he wanted to tell her, but he said nothing. And every day after school, when his mother asked, "What did you learn in school today?" Grover said, "Nothing." Then he would say, "Read me a story, Mommy." His mother would smile and say, "In a minute." And she always did read him a story, but sometimes it was a very long minute. One day after school, Grover was playing in the park. Betty Lou came running up. "Grover, do me a favor," she said. "I have to take these books back to the library. Will you watch my baby sister? I'll be back in a minute." "Yes, I, Grover the babysitter, will be so happy to watch your baby sister," he said. Betty Lou left, and the baby started to cry. Grover tried to make the baby stop crying. He stood on his head. He made funny faces, but the baby just screamed louder and louder. "Oh dear, where is Betty Lou? This is a very long minute," he said. The baby picked up Grover's book and put it in her mouth. "No," said Grover. "Books are not for eating. Books are for reading. I, Grover, will show you." He opened the book and began to read. "Once upon a time," read Grover. The baby stopped crying. She crawled onto Grover's lap and smiled. Soon Betty Lou came back. "Thanks a lot, Grover," she said. "Oh, it was nothing," he said happily. Grover ran home to tell his mother. "Mommy, I read a story to Betty Lou's baby sister. She sat in my lap just like I sit in yours." His mother smiled. "Grover, I did not know you learned how to read." And she gave him a big hug. "Yes, I am a super reader," he said. "That is wonderful," said Grover's mother. "No, it is not," he said sadly. "Now you will stop reading to me." Grover's mother looked surprised. "Why, I love reading to you, and I always will. But now you can read to me too sometimes." "Oh, Mommy," Grover said happily, "that's a great idea." And he opened a book and read a story to her right then. That night, after Grover's mother read him a story and tucked him in, she said, "Let's go to the library tomorrow. It is time for you to get a library card." Then she kissed him goodnight and said, "Sleep tight," and that is just what he did. The next day, Grover got his very own library card. He borrowed 6 wonderful books. The librarian waved goodbye. "Enjoy your books," she said, and Grover did. Please remember to have your parents subscribe so you never miss a new story. And as always, I miss you, I love you, and I'll speak to you soon.